I got to say, I feel that I have a very, well, a sort of special knowledge, if you will, of the situation because the lawyer who represented Trevor Milton in his defense, and ultimately, in my opinion, was more than likely involved in his presidential pardon, although he denies that. His name is Brad Bondi, and he's the brother of the sitting attorney general. And incidentally, Brad Bondi is the same lawyer that the targets of my short reports hired to defend them, namely Ligand Pharmaceuticals and Viking Therapeutics, two companies that, in my opinion, are complete frauds. That resulted in my unlawful prosecution for 10 years. Milton was prosecuted for 5 years. I was prosecuted for 10 years. He spent $180 million in legal fees, $100 million from Nikola of shareholder capital, $80 million out of his own pocket, presumably from share sales at the IPO, paid to Bondi and his firm, went to trial and lost. And he claims he's a victim. I went to trial and actually won against the US government. So, and I know the people involved, this Bondi character, he's a shadow lawyer. I call him sloppy Brad Bondi because he can't do anything right, doesn't really win at trial as evidenced by the Trevor Milton loss. But he's got all these connections in the deep state. If you think the deep state's just a mythology, it's not. I'm here to tell you it's real. And, it's guys like Brad Bondi that epitomize it. So, you're watching this guy, like all of a sudden his sister becomes attorney general and like his clients, like Trevor Milton, pretty soon they're getting like presidential pardons, and other clients like Caroline Amnesty are getting charges dropped against them. And you look at the whole thing, you're like, our entire system is corrupt. Our legal system's corrupt. And if our society, if our democracy is not predicated on a healthy and sound legal system, if it's predicated on sort of these consolidation of power amongst these deep state shadow figures that, again, that Brad Bondi, in my opinion, epitomizes, we're in real trouble because the securities market, for example, David, is predicated on sound law, right? I mean, when you buy a stock, you have to make sure that your security interest, like your right entitled to that stock, is protected by sound laws. So if the legal system becomes like a banana republic because of people exploiting it like Brad Bondi, then it's a real problem for all market participants.